Assalamu alaikum, dear friends, how are you? It is often said that way before you speak, think before you speak. If at all we keep talking spontaneously without thinking what is going to happen, lot of damage will be done to our relationships with other people, to our interests, to we ourselves as well. It is important to think well before talking, before saying something else. Even when we are talking with our loved ones, our family members, our children, again it is important to say something positive, encouraging, so that it could benefit them by keeping them motivated for the good things. Now keep it aside and think all the talks we do with other people, if it is combined, put on the one side of the scale and on the other side of it, just the talks we do with ourselves, it is still much more than we do with all the people combined. We are always talking with ourselves. All the time. All the time we are talking with ourselves. But we think that maybe it is of little or no significance. As a matter of fact, whatever we think, whatever we keep thinking, we get programmed accordingly. Our self talk is a double edged sword. It could be highly beneficial, it could be highly dangerous, and it could be somewhere between the two of these, anywhere else. So, dear friends and fellows, I think that we need to know about this self talk. We need to avoid the negative, the toxic effects of this self talk, and we need to try to get the maximum benefit out of it. This self talk has been made the topic of our discussion today. We will try to understand why it is essential to be careful and cautious about the self talk. What is the harmful self talk? What is the useful and the beneficial self talk? And of course, lastly, what is the essentially beneficial self talk? Our today's topic is more important than any other topic because we need it moment by moment, because we are always talking to ourselves. Self talk refers to the inner dialogue we have with ourselves, either verbally or through thoughts. It's a constant stream of self communication that can shape our life, that can shape our beliefs, our emotions, and of course our behaviors. What are the major effects of the self talk on our lives? Number one, self talk influences self perception and confidence. Whatever we perceive about ourselves, whatever the level of our self confidence, whatever the level of our self esteem, it is directly linked with the self talk. Number two, self talk influences, self talk impacts emotional well being and mental health. It impacts a lot our emotional well being and, of course, our mental health. Both of these are vital, of vital importance. Without the emotional well-being, without the mental health, a good life, a happy and enjoyable life is unimaginable. Self-talk shapes our attitudes and behaviors. Our attitudes and our behaviors are because of the self-talk. If our attitudes and behaviors are good, it means that we talk positive, beneficial with ourselves, and vice versa. If it is our behaviors and our attitudes are bad, negative, harmful, it only means that we are having a very negative and harmful self-talk. Self-talk affects relationships and interactions with others. Self-talk affects relationships and our interactions with others. Our interactions and our relationship with others has a lot to do with the self-talk as well. Because whatever we are talking, we have to say it, we have to behave it, we have to develop, evolve that attitude. And if at all our attitude, behavior, conversation, communication with others is a good one, our relationship will be positive, beneficial, healthy. Now we need to know what are the harmful self-talks. What are the harmful self-talks? Number one, it is the negative affirmations, which is very harmful for our life. What is this negative affirmation? Affirmation means something which is repeated very frequently, very often. If we talk to ourselves, like for example, I'm a failure, I'm a failure, I'm a failure, we keep repeating it many a times, so it only means that I'm going to become a failure. So it is the negative affirmations, which is the very harmful self-talk. Number two, critical inner voice. I am not good enough. For example, I'm not good enough. Critical inner voice. For example, I'm not good enough. So that is very negative, very bad, very harmful self-talk. Number three, self-doubt and catastrophic thinking. Self-doubt and catastrophic thinking. For example, will never be able to do this. I will never be able to do this. I will never be able to win. I will never be able to achieve that. I will never be able to become that. So that is all because of the negative self-talk. It is the self-doubt and catastrophic thinking. Number four, perfectionistic expectations because of the negative self-talk. For example, I must be perfect. If we keep saying this thing repeatedly, if we keep talking to ourselves like that so often, I must be perfect. Actually, perfection is nothing. So, for that reason, I think that we must understand it that the negative self talk is very harmful, and these are the four examples. Now, let's talk about the positive self talk. Number one, positive affirmations. For example, I can handle this. I can do this. I can achieve it. I can become that. I can reach there. I can do that. So that is the number one positive self-talk, which is highly beneficial for us. Number two, the positive self-talk, very beneficial for us. It is encouraging inner voice. For example, I am doing my best. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. If we keep repeating it many a times in a day, if we are repeating something like that, if at all this is our affirmations, so that is highly beneficial. Encouraging inner voice like I'm doing my best. Number three, realistic self appraisal. What is this realistic self appraisal? I made a mistake, but I can learn from it. I can learn from it mean I can take advantage of it. I can learn from it mean that I will be doing much better the next time. So that is realistic positive appraisal. Realistic on the one hand, but it is a self-appraisal in a positive way, highly beneficial for our own life. Number 4, self-compassion. I am kind and I am understanding toward myself. That is a positive self-talk, self-compassion. For example, I am kind enough about me myself, and of course, I am quite understanding toward myself as well. So these are the 4 types of highly positive, useful, beneficial self-talk. Now, thirdly and lastly, what is the essential self-talk for a pleasant life? Very important indeed. Very, very important indeed. Essential self-talk for a pleasant life. If we want a pleasant life, we need to be very careful about our self-talk. There are 5 major important tips about it. Number 1, self-awareness. I recognize my strengths and my weaknesses. Yes, I recognize my strengths and my weaknesses. What are my weaknesses? What kind of threats I may come across because of my weaknesses? How to minimize it, how to reduce it, how to get rid of it? What are my strengths? And what kind of possible opportunities I may get? How can I consolidate these strengths of mine? How can I further improve these strengths of mine? So that is also called SWOT analysis. Number 2, essentially beneficial self-talk. It is self-acceptance. I accept myself as I am. I accept myself as I am. It does not mean that I don't have to improve or don't have to become a better person at all. It does not mean that. But initially, at the first stage, I need to accept myself. I need to own myself. So that is also an essential self-talk, which is very important for our pleasant life. Number 3, self-encouragement. Encouraging ourselves, not to wait that why others are not encouraging me. Do not wait at all why others are not encouraging me. Do the self encouragement. For example, I can grow and I can improve. I can keep improving throughout my life. I can keep growing throughout my life. So that is also an essential self talk for a pleasant life. Number 4, it is the self forgiveness. For example, I forgive myself and I forgive others to be able to move forward. Since I have to move forward, I don't want to remain stuck here at all. So, if at all I do understand that if I have to move forward, I need to forgive others. I need to forgive myself as well. Because if at all I don't forgive myself, if I don't forgive other people, I cannot move forward at all. So, that is also an essential self talk for a pleasant life. Number 5, gratitude, gratitude, and gratitude. Be a grateful person. I appreciate the good things in my life, no matter how small, how apparently trivial that good thing could be. That's also an essential self-talk for for a pleasant life. Why to be that much grateful at all? Why to make it a priority? Practicing the gratitude, because if at all I am practicing, you are practicing the gratitude, it means that we are happy because I have something. As for the major achievements are concerned, it happens rarely. But as for the minor blessings are concerned, as for the minor successes are concerned, it keep happening all the time, most of the time. So do not ignore, no matter how small, how trivial, something pleasant, something good is in your life. Don't take it for granted at all. Be very much grateful. If at all we are grateful, on the one hand, we will not get deprived of that. We will be able to retain it and we will keep taking advantage and benefit of all that throughout our life, maybe. And also, because of the gratefulness, because of the gratitude, I may get much more because I'm a grateful person. So these are the five essential self talks for a pleasant life. We want a pleasant life. These five self talks are essential. Like, I recognize my strengths and weaknesses. This is called self awareness. Self acceptance. I accept myself as I am. Self encouragement. I can grow and improve. Self forgiveness. I forgive myself and move forward. Gratitude. I appreciate the good things in my life, no matter how small it is. Now, as a bottom line, what is all that in a nutshell? It is self-talk is a powerful tool that can either harm or help you. Actually, it is a double-edged sword. By becoming aware of your inner dialogue, by becoming aware of your inner dialogue and cultivating positive, sportive self-talk, by becoming aware of your inner dialogue and cultivating positive, sportive self talk, you can improve your mental well being and live a more fulfilling life. So, that was a very useful and very beneficial self talk. It's all from me today. Thank you very much.